Hi everyone, welcome to North Star Knife Reviews. Got a fan going because it's really hot in here, so hope that doesn't bother the sound too much, but if you hear a little hum in the background, that's what that is. Gonna take a look today at a Rough Ryder, and this is the RR1636. It's a fixed blade, and you know, it's one of those knives that I had gotten a long time ago and I put it in a closet or something and then just found it back recently. So let's take a look. Now this is a fixed blade, okay? And you can see this comes in a leather sheath. Now, let's take a look at the sheath first, I guess. The sheath is okay. The stitching looks reasonably good, moderately thick leather, very stiff, but one real complaint I have about this belt loop is really a pain in the butt. Very tight. You need a narrow and a thin belt if it's going to go through, plus it holds it pretty high, which is not my favorite. I'm much more of I prefer a dangler for my fixed blades, but you know, it's okay. Now the retention is not really that great, but depending on how you're going to be carrying it, that might not be a problem. Now, I did look this up on Smoky Mountain Knife Works today, and it's running about $12, which, I think it's that way on most sites, although I did check Chicago Knife Works, and just to let you see, it is $7.79. Now, they have a different sheath, as you can see, and it looks like a sheath that I would actually prefer. You're gonna have better retention, that's gonna hang lower. So I don't know if Smoky Mountain Knife Works has changed that or not. I mean, this is still the sheath that shows up on their site. So can't tell you what sheath you're gonna get, but for my preference, I'd like the other sheath more than this. But either way, that's what it is. So one more quick look at the sheath here. It's okay. It is what it is. The knife itself, you can see it's a fairly classic styled knife. Now, this knife is made in Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't have the greatest reputation for knife making, but this seems okay. This is made of 440A, so I don't know if the blade itself was made in Pakistan or if the blade was made in China and then everything assembled in Pakistan, but it is 440A, so it's gonna be similar to most of your Rough Ryder blades in edge retention, ease of sharpening, all that. Did not come particularly sharp, and you can see there are some little flaws on the edge. I haven't sharpened this, so it's okay, but nothing fantastic. So you probably will want to sharpen this if you're going to use it. I just haven't gotten around to that yet. As you can see, though, it is a pretty classic looking knife. Got the brass bolster and end cap. The blade itself is 3.5 inches. The overall length on this is 7.25 inches. Stacked leather and then some little spacers. I'm not completely sure what the spacers are made of. I mean, obviously this is brass. These may be a red dyed leather. I'm not 100% sure, but you could take a look at that. And again, you can see, the fit and finish is so-so, but nothing that's going to affect the utility of it. But, again, it's depending on where you get it, it's an $8 to $12 knife. So the blade stock is reasonably thick, has a saber grind on it with a little swedge up here. Sharp and pointy, if that's what you're using it for. And I have large hands, and it just fits me just about right. If you have extra large hands, you may be hanging off the edge a bit, and so it may not be comfortable for you. So if you got really big hands, this may not be a knife that you want. Now, again, this is one of those knives that, if you like it, I think it might be worthwhile if you like this style, just to have something. I don't normally carry a fixed blade for an EDC, except maybe occasionally on a weekend. But if you were looking just for a little EDC knife that I probably wouldn't use this on heavy duty stuff, but it's supposed to be full tang. I'm going to assume it is. You know, the balance point on this is somewhere right about there. Oop, not quite. It's right about there. So I'm guessing you do have a full tang, just because of that and the weight. I think if it wasn't a full tang, the balance point would be up a little further and it wouldn't be quite as heavy. So I'm going to assume that it is, but I obviously haven't taken it apart or anything. What I think this might be useful for, again, if you like this style of knife, you don't want to spend a lot of money, or you just want to see, would a fixed blade work for me? Might be something to pick up. Another thing that I think this would be good for is if you have, like a son, daughter, grandchild, young person in your life, maybe 10, 12 years old, who you think might enjoy a fixed blade or be able to use a fixed blade, in the outdoors, something like that. And you like the classic, stacked leather styling of this, certainly this might be something that you would want to get. It's going to be relatively cheap. If they lose it or bang it up, it's not going to be out a lot. Now, as far as, an actual user, you can get a more basic for about the same price as this. As a user, I prefer that, but, if you're looking for something with this kind of styling, then, this might make an okay option. So, anyway, found this a couple days ago in my closet, just thought we would take a look at it. So, again, the Rough Ryder RR1636, little fixed blade made in Pakistan. You can get it $8 from Chicago Knife Works or about $12 from most of your other places like SMKW. You guys have a good day. Stay sharp. I will catch you next time.